Good afternoon, it's Bev at Planetcrochet. I will be showing you how to make this little cow. I've practiced the pattern myself and it works out fine. I do that because some haven't. In the packet you get a pattern with great instructions as diagrams if you've never crocheted before. I've got all the yarn to make the cow with a little cute bag of stuffing. You get this plastic hook, plastic needle. Before you start, you will need a stitch marker if you're a crocheter. If you haven't crocheted before, you probably won't have these in the house. If you knit, you may have. If not, grab a safety pin. Most homes have one of those. And a pair of scissors, that's what you'll need. Like I said, magic circle. Once you've able to do that, you will do 8 double crochet into the circle. Now I have done this in a different yarn and it's teeny tiny because this is probably classed as chunky yarn. And I've used double knit. I really don't enjoy doing this. The pattern's fine, I don't mean that, I mean the actual yarn. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, gently tug the tail, but you don't want to pinch this because what you don't want to do is pull the fluff off and then it gets wedged in this circle. Anyway, I'm going to leave it for now because it's not moving. I'll do it off camera. In crochet, sometimes in the round, that's what we're working in now, you will join and you will put your hook in the first one, take your yarn and pull it through, and that's called joining the round. It doesn't tell you on the pattern whether you join or not, but as a rule I've found you don't join when you've got doing teddies because otherwise you have a line at the back. Like, oh, I haven't done it on this one. That's the body of the, yeah, I haven't done it on there neither. Excuse me. Oh, it's annoying me that. And this is where your stitch marker comes in. You need to do your next round, you need to increase. It gives you a good abbreviation as well on here. So just follow this. So ink is increase. Where is it? Decrease, increase. An increase, all it means is you put 2 stitches or whatever the pattern says into 1 stitch. So then the next round, you've got more stitches to work on. Or the decrease is the other way around. And we're doing double crochet again. So that's 1, 2. Now stop. Get your stitch marker or your safety pin and put it in the first one. Some crocheters may not, but I always put my stitch marker in the first stitch. I don't do it in the last. I've seen that on a YouTube channel, but I don't do that. I've always done the first. That's just how I prefer it. And to complete this round, you've got 7 stitches left. 2, 4, 6, yeah, just double check. You want to increase in every stitch around. I'll do mine off camera. I haven't managed to close the hole all the way and the little fluffy stuff came off. Anyway, it doesn't matter because you see there you've got the hair. It's not as essential to close it fully because we can go in and out of there with the hair. Take your stitch marker out. To start your next round, you're going to increase, but you're not increasing in every stitch. you do 1 double crochet in the first, just pull it snug, you don't want it too loose, pop your stitch marker back in, and then you increase. All the way around, it's 1 double crochet, in the next stitch it's increase. Do that all the way around to your stitch marker, and I'll meet you back there. The 4th round is 1 double crochet in each of the 24 stitches around. It's dead simple. Take your stitch marker out, 1 double crochet, pop your stitch marker in, and then do 1 in each stitch around. I'll do mine off camera and I'll meet you back at the stitch marker. There you go. Now you're going to increase again in this round, but not as you've done before. Take your stitch marker out. You want to do 1, put your stitch marker back, 1, 2, 3, and then increase, and do that all the way around. Your work's slowly curling. After that round you have 30 stitches. Take your stitch marker out. This round is what you've done previously, 1 double crochet in each stitch around. This next round is a decrease round. Like you did for round 5, you're going to do 3 double crochet and then a decrease. Take your stitch marker out. I found it strange having these lines on here because of what the pattern says, so I'm going to omit what it says, and you'll see what I mean. I'll show you. So you want 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3. Make sure you put your stitch marker back in number 1, and then we're going to decrease. You can see by the pattern, let me just double check before I say anything. Decrease. Yeah, it's fine. But the way I have watched other YouTubers and done my own little projects, I find doing it this way a lot better. Now, when you go into your stitch, just take that out, you go through the top of your stitch and you've got 2 like little, like a V on there, where you want to go through the front one only for the decreasing. Go into your next stitch, just the front loop, grab your yarn, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, go into your next one, don't do this tight, grab your yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through. Now if I'd gone through both loops on the stitch, it makes a bigger hole here, as I found out myself. Then it's 3 double crochet, and then a decrease. Again, front loop, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, front loop only, grab your yarn, pull it through, not too tight, yarn over and pull through, and that's called a decrease. Next round you're going to decrease. You need 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, decrease. Don't forget your stitch marker in the first. And do that all the way around. 1, 2, decrease, all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the stitch marker. There's 2 rounds left. In this one, similar to before, but you do just one double crochet, pop your hook, your stitch marker back in, and then decrease. There you go. For the last round, you will do 6 times decrease all the way around. I'll do mine off camera and I'll show you how to finish off at the end. After the last round, don't forget to stuff your head firmly, but not overstuffing because you don't want to distort your stitches, just nice and firm. A slip stitch, hook into where your stitch marker would be, because after you've finished stuffing, etc., you can take your stitch marker out. So go into that stitch, grab your yarn, pull it through, so you've got 2 loops, so it looks like you're going to do a double crochet. You're not going to yarn over, you will take that hook and pull it through the loop on your hook, and that's a slip stitch, and that's as simple as one is. Do it again. You will be at the stitch marker, put your hook in the stitch as if you're going to do a stitch, grab the yarn, pull through, and then you pull through the loop on your hook. That's a slip stitch. And what I do is yarn over, pull through, and then cut your yarn. So that's the head. So don't forget to stuff. You've got plenty of stuffing, definitely, for this. Make sure it's firm, and we'll get on with the body. To do the body, you start with a chain, work along the top, as I call it, on the corner, go around a corner, and then you come back and meet at the other end. But we're not joining like the head, we're not joining, so you'll need your stitch marker again. Slip knot, I'll leave a link below for that. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You miss 1 chain and you work on the last 4. Do an increase in the 2nd chain from the hook. Little fiddly, it curls, it wants to curl on you. 1, 2, that's your increase, and then you want 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain, and then you want 3 in the last chain. When I say it's fiddly, I'm not fibbing. I do 1 like that, and what I do with the tail is I tuck it, put your hook back in to make the 2nd one in the last chain, and I tuck my tail in, and then another one. So there's 3 stitches in the last chain. Now you're working underneath. And if you've not done it before, it's like, oh, where do I put the stitch? There's the stitch you've made on the straight. So there was an increase, 1, 2, and then the 3. You now want to put 1, 2 to correspond with the 2 you did when you was on the top. 1, whoops a daisy, 2, it'll work out, you just gently tease it out, and then in the last one it's 1, because you've already put 2, so you're matching, so it's 3 at the end, 3 at the end, 2, 2. Now we don't join. This is the first one here. Sorry, I should have said put your stitch marker. So if you've already done it, well done. You want to increase in the first 2 stitches, sorry. So that's 1, 2, put your stitch marker back in the first one, and then increase on your next one. So you're making an oval. And there's different ways of doing it. I've followed a few patterns and it's different on each. They use different stitches as well. Because you're making teddies, you want it tight. So the double crochet, or single crochet as the Americans call it, is the one to use. And then it's 1, 2, and you're at the other end, and you want to match this end. You want to increase in each of the 3 stitches. So that's your 2 stitches in each. Takes you around the corner. You see a pattern emerging now. So then you do 1, 2, and then your last one is an increase. Take your stitch marker out. In the first one, do 1 double crochet, pop your stitch marker back in, and then increase. Do that again. One, increase. And then use 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 3 times you want to do what you did at the beginning. That's 1 double crochet, increase. Do it the 3 times to get you around that corner. Then it's 1, 2, like you've just done. And in the last one, sorry, the last 2, you want the same as you've done at the beginning. 1 double crochet, increase. And at the end of that round, you should have 22 stitches. So do that, I'll do mine off camera and I'll meet you back at the stitch marker. This round has got increase in it, but it's slightly different. 1 double crochet, don't forget your stitch marker, increase, whoops, and then it's just 1 double crochet. Again, 1 double crochet, increase, 1 double crochet, and then you're on your, what I call your straight sides. So that's your 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then we're going to do what you did at the beginning 3 times, and that is 1 double crochet, increase, 1 double crochet to get you around the corner. On the straight, you've got 1, 2, just to match this side, and then you do the last, on the last 3 stitches, you do the 1, increase, 1. Do that all the way around, and then you will have 28 stitches. After that, like I said, you've got 28 stitches. Then you want to do 2 rounds of 1 double crochet in each stitch around. There you go. That's what it looks like, a little boat. Take your needle, thread it, and then just thread it through the back of the stitches. Make sure your fingers at the other side of your work, and you do not go through your work. And just gently, because like I said, this yarn is unpredictable, and then go back, pull it through gently. You don't have to pull this tight because it's already done so from just the way it's been made. And do the same the other side. Just go the back loops of the stitches, and then just pull it through gently. You see it's coming apart. You don't want to you don't want to distort your work, that's what I'm saying, you know, from the other side. The next round is decreasing. So you're doing like we've done before, where we did a double crochet, increase, double crochet on the ends, you know, the corners here. We're going to do a double crochet, decrease, double crochet. Now I've put my stitch marker at the front of my stitch, but you put yours in the top if you're unsure. I do that so it's not in my way. Double crochet, and decrease. So like the head, go in the front loop only, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, go in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through, and then a double crochet. Do it again, one double crochet, whoop-a-daisy, decrease in your next hook, front loop, grab your yarn, 3 loops, yarn over and pull through, and then a double crochet. Then you're working on the sides, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then you're going to do what you've just done at the beginning 3 times. So you're going to get around this corner again, 1, decrease, 1, 3 times, and then you will do the same you've done on this side, 1, 2, and then your 1 double crochet, decrease, 1 double crochet, and you'll get back round to your stitch marker. 22 stitches. You're going to decrease again. You do 1 double crochet first, don't forget your stitch marker, and then decrease, front loop, pull your yarn through, front loop, pull your yarn through, yarn over, 2 times, and you're going to do exactly the same as you've done all the way around. That's 1 double crochet, decrease, 1 double crochet, decrease, 1, 2, and then do 3 times like you've done at the beginning. Go around the other side, 1, 2, and then do that decrease, 1 double crochet and you decrease, and you're back at your stitch marker. Your last round is you've done before. We're going to decrease first, twice, stitch marker back in, so you know where you start. It's a little tight. This is why I changed the way I hold a hook when I use this kind of yarn. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, decrease 3 times, two double crochet, 1, 2, and then you've got 2 stitches left, and that's a decrease. Now you've finished your body, you want to slip stitch into the next stitch like you did for the head, and then yarn over and leave a long tail to sew the head on. Now I can't tell you exactly how much, but there was 6 stitches here, can you remember, for the head. And what I normally do is I will go round and round like that a few times, and then a little bit more. But you want enough to close this hole as well. I go, whoopsie-daisy, go like that, loosely, grab your yarn, measure 1, and pick it up, stretch it out, measure there, and then I will cut just a little ways down. That should be enough. Don't quote me, but that should be enough. Now this is going to be an art without pulling the fluff off, because you want to keep the fluff on. So just pull through gently and not too tight, because you don't want the white showing. See, some's come off, and just pull it down. That's it. And you can take your stitch marker out. The ears are really simple. You do a magic circle, 6 double crochet. Don't forget your stitch marker in the first when you go on the next round. You want to increase in every stitch around, and you have 12 stitches. At the end, slip stitch into your first stitch and then pull through so you can sew on. For the back one, gently, see it's coming open. I hate this stuff, I really do. Thread your needle and go in the back. Follow the direction you've been closing the hole and do that twice. The legs, I'm not going to lie, fiddly but doable. The horn I'm not looking forward to doing. Anyway, you don't need your stitch marker. You do get the dark brown out, and then you change. So you need to do your magic circle, 6 double crochet. Now do 5 double crochet. I'll do mine off camera and I'll show you how to change your colour. But yeah, they're cute, aren't they? And then I'll show you how to tie inside and then turn it right way around. So I've done, hold on, there you go. That's what the little legs look like. I've done 3 already. So I'll do one with you. So start it off, dark brown, magic circle, 5 double crochet, and cinch your little tail in if you can. Okie dokie, there you are, dark brown, magic circle, 5 double crochet, but you want 6. Okay, so go to start your 6th, hook in, grab your yarn. Oh, and I did say it was fiddly. Pull it through. You've got your 2 loops as if you're going to do your double crochet. Drop your dark brown, pick up the light brown. I'm going to say little brown, and I'm going to say that because you've only got a little bit of yarn left. I'll discuss that in a minute. Now, to finish this double crochet off, just drop your light brown over your hook, hold it with your finger. Now grab the tail at the back with all the rest, hook it in and pull through. And that's how you change colours on double crochet. You do on other stitches the similar way, but I'm not going to show you that. So for a double crochet, you do your last stitch, which is the 6th double crochet. Don't finish it off. Grab your new colour, which is this light brown, drape it on your hook, leave a little tail at the back, hold it with your finger, grab the rest, whoops, and then just finish your stitch off. Come on, there you go. And you've changed it. Now you can just drop those at the back for now. Make sure you don't pull this little tail at the back through. And then you're doing 1 double crochet, it's really hard, in each of your 6 stitches. So you're just working on 6 stitches. This is why I say you don't need your stitch marker. Do your 6 light brown on top of your dark brown. It's kind of cute, this little gal, but this yarn is no fun to work with. You could try this, buy some new yarn and try it on a different hook size, different thickness of yarn. Oops. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your last one, 6. And then according to this, which I understand why they've done it, you're just going to work on 3 stitches. And I think what it's going to do is, so there's the front of your front or back, whichever one you want to call it. Here's one of your legs done. You know the 3 stitches you worked on the 3rd round when you left the other 3 empty? Well, I think how you're going to do it is you're going to put the 3 stitches on the outside of the body, like that. I think that's how you're going to do it. If you look at your diet, you look at your picture on your packet, but I think that's how you're going to do it. Not the 3 inside, you want it on the outside. Obviously you're going to stuff your body, so it's going to be more of a round shape, whereas as I push it on, it changes shape. So that's why they've done the 3 instead of doing all the way around again. You could do all the way around again, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do as it says. So do all 4. Do this 4 times. Working on the 3rd round on the next 3 light brown stitches. 1 double crochet, 2 and 3. Now there's not much brown left to do the hair. There's a little bit of dark, so you could mix and match, you know, for the loops here. You could do that, mix and match your hair. Because I've not got enough. I don't think I have. I could have. Now you need a fair bit, 6 to 8 inches I'd say, to sew on the body. Just snip it. Oh, I haven't snipped, you know, the dark brown. You don't need as much on, just give it a little cut. Now, once you've finished, just pull through. Oh, come on. This is annoying. Do you know, it worked. Off camera, it worked. With all the others, it worked. And you want to pull it through. Oh, I want to pause and come back. I'm going to show you the truth behind this yarn. This is why I really, really do not like this kind of yarn. And it is a waste of money and time and effort. Yes, the other 3 worked. It pulled through a little bit of a snag, but this is beyond frustration. I'll have to make another one off camera. Okay. It was a disaster, like I said. And there was not enough of the normal light brown to finish the legs off. So definitely for the hair, I can do it because I'm going to use this mustardy colour from the Burger. I was going to ditch it and I pulled it out the bin. It's not as yucky as you think, but I thought, no, for some reason I'll save it. And I'm glad I have, because I don't know where I would have got the other stuff. I don't have this in the house. And that's the only bit of dark brown I've got left. So cut the long bit of the dark brown off, just put that to the side. Now this is the inside, it's a little bit of a mess. You want to find, you know, the beginning tail, and just gently, this is why I really don't like this yarn, because it's about feel as a lot of time as it is looking. You want to take this tail in your needle and go through the back and sew in. You can alternatively, I'll show you in a minute, pull it through, right, drop it. Now you know these 2 bits, I'll show you what to do with that other one in a minute. You can tie them snug tight. Don't just go like that, because as you can see it will snap. That did have a big pull, that did, it will it takes a bit of a yank to break it, but you just don't want all the fluff. Now you know the first one I've sewn it around, I can sew it back around and tie it the same as I have. You don't have to do this. At the beginning you could have just pulled it snug and then tied it with the other tails on the inside, because it's going to be on the inside of the leg, so it doesn't matter how perfect it is. You see what I mean by this fluff? I'm kind of not looking forward to the rest of them, but I will show you how to do it. Has anybody got the turtle one? Because I found it by pure accident, the turtle. It was just sat there in one of the baskets. So you pull it snug but not too tight because you don't want to distort your work. Now make sure you cut the right ones. The inside 3 tails, I'll just give them a little haircut. Stay still, would you? A little haircut like that. I need some new scissors. And then turn your work around. Now I found that's better. Put your thumb in there, get the back of your hook and gently just roll the work. There you go. Just pull all the fluffs off and then tuck the other bit in. I have fabric glue. I said this on the burger one. If you have fabric glue, it's great for stuff like this. For the inside, not for the outside. And there you have, eventually, wrong colour. I'm sorry about that, but this cow's going to have 3 one colour and 1 another. But there you go. Now the horns. I have dilemmaed and dilemmaed. I'm not going to do it as the pattern says, which is like a cone shape. Now if I was using cotton, I may struggle to do it, but I could do it because of cotton is great to use. But this stuff is pushing my patience. Anyway, so I'm not going to do it as the pattern is. If you want to do the pattern, you've already done the stitches, you've already done the magic circle, just follow the instructions. I don't know how you're going to stuff it, but because that's what it says. Anyway, I've decided I'm going to show you this way of doing a horn. So I've just made out what it should look like ish. You've done this before for the body, a slip knot, and then chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see it's opening up. This stuff is no fun to work with. Miss the first chain. You want to double crochet in the next chain, a half treble. Now to do that, yarn over your hook, go into the next chain, grab the yarn and pull through. You have, try and do it loose-ish, you've got 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through, but try not to do it too tight. You're just going higher in your stitches. Yarn over, you want another one, in your chain, pull the yarn through, 3 loops, and yarn over and pull through. The next stitch is a treble. This is UK terminology. In the US, it's a double crochet. Yarn over, and then go in as you've done before, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, stop, yarn over and pull through 2, and do it again. This is a treble. Yarn over into your chain or your stitches, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, stop, and pull through 2, and there you've done. Right, there you go. Oops. You got 2 ears. Having these long pins, if you're ever doing teddies, this is as thick as I do it for these big heads. You can get things with stars on, they'll be better, so you're not going to lose it. Just pin it in. This is how I work out where to put the things on heads. I saw a YouTuber doing it. Where's the other ear? Let's find the other ear. I have done it. Oh, it's here. There you go. Right, I have stuffed the body. So to me it feels nice and plump. I've got a bit of stuffing left. I'm not stuffing the legs. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, ears, legs, horns, flat. Yeah. I've got a bit of stuffing left. I do not recommend you do this normally, not with sharp scissors, but you can do it with the butt of the hook, you know, the opening of the head or the body. With the body it's easier because you can see, you can get it, that's the body bit, but with the head, I don't know where my other hook's there, and then just stuff it in. There we go, stuff it round. Manipulate things with your hands. You see the body feels quite firm, so I'm going to use the rest. More than not, there is enough for these little teddy bears, of stuffing I mean. I've had a few inquiries about the yarn not being enough in other teddies, but unfortunately I can't help you with that. So if you go and head over to Aldi's, they are pretty good at answering your inquiry. I've had a few inquiries, not just crochet, other things, and they will get back to you. Whether they can actually help you is another matter. So this is the base of the head. I've stuffed it with what I've got. It's okay. I would normally put safety eyes in, but I've already done it, so I'm not going to bother. And then what you do is, the natural stitch tops with your needle, just gently go in and out. But I'm not going to cinch it tight, because once it's on top of there, it's not going to, the stuffing's not going to come out. I'm just doing that to close it enough, because I don't want to pull it as a point. You can do as you like, but I'm not going to do it. And then how to, because let me just show you what it says in here. Right, for the head, it says finish stuffing the head, slip stitch through the next stitch, cut the yarn. Which if you've never done crochet before, you might just think, oh, just snip it there. No. And pull through the loop to tighten, like I showed you. Use a needle to pull the yarn through the head, cut off excess yarn. So use a needle to pull the yarn through the head. What I do is, normally I would, if I was doing my cotton, I would cinch this tight shut, but I'm not going to. I will just, you know the stitch, the way it is, just follow it and come up the natural holes. To hide your yarn, this is. Because you don't, even though you've gone round, you don't want to just cut. You want to go up and down in your natural holes in the yarn, in the, you know, the pattern. Your teddy, go up and down and come out. You may get a bit of stuffing, that's fine, you can just snip that off, but be careful. And because this phrase, watch that. And all you want to do is go in the direction of the stitch, backwards and forwards. And this gets rid of the excess yarn. You could do it all here, because this is going to be hidden on the body. I'm not going to go anywhere near the top or the front. I'm just staying around here and come up through natural holes and then snug it, but not tight. You don't want it tight because it distorts your work if you do. And then go down your natural holes, come up through another one. You see? And this is how you get rid of your excess tails. Now, to get rid of that, you could just snip it now because you've gone backwards and forwards, in and out. What I do is get the tip of these scissors and just gently tuck it in. There you go. Ta-da! I find that I find the head a bit big. Anyway, you want to put that on wherever you fancy, but you don't want it to be, you want it firm, and that's why you've got a longish tail from the body. According to the instructions, leave a long tail. Now attaching the Highland cow, take out the body part, stuff it with appropriate amount of filling, which I have, then use the plastic needle to pick up the front loops along the edge of the opening. Right, here we go. Thread your needle. Gently, not to pull any of the fluff off. So the front loops are what's facing you. You see, there's your stitch. There's your full stitch. You just want the front. So, and just take your time. And I would not pull tight at first. Just go in the front loops. And don't cinch it yet. Make sure you've got the front loop only on all your stitches. Oops. If you know how to do these things, you've done them before, then you do as you would like, or how you'll find it okay for you. When I first got these kits, I couldn't understand the plastic needle and hook, but now because of this stuff, maybe that's why I went wrong before. I mean, I do find it is not, I don't like the yarn. I've never liked this from when I first tried it. Teddies look cute, but I just don't like it. So I keep away from it if I can. I use the baby stuff, the thicker one, so you use like a 6 to 8 millimeter hook. Right. Now I'm nervous because obviously all the bad things have happened on the previous. So after picking up all the stitches, front loops, after picking up all the stitches, pull the yarn tight to close the opening. Next, take out the head, fill it, stuff it as well, which it's already told you to stuff it. So just pull this, see what happens. Just do it a little bit at a time. Don't pull and just yank. There you go. You can see it cinching. Right, that's as tight as I'm gonna go. There you go. So that'll be the front. Stick that on there like that. When you put them on, just have a look around your teddy. You might want to put it a bit further forward. Just double check that you've got the head in the right position on the body. Just check from all angles. And then you put your detail, which I did say that before. Put your horns and your ears on. And so your head looks something like, and then you can put the face on. Using, which I do, I use the picture just as a guide. So you can see there's a little mouth, you can just see it. There's the eyes and there's the little cheeks. And that's what I will do off camera. And then I'll show you how to put the hair on. Are you ready to finish your cow off? Ta-da! My tail's a little off, but never mind. That was what the horns look like. And it's your own teddy, so you do as you feel. See the ear is creased on that one, but I'm not bothered. Anyway, I put the head to the body first, as it says in the instruction. So you literally go in and then come out, and then you go in the body, into the head, right, all the way around. And like I said before, just keep checking where you're putting the head. Then I did the ears first, generally in the middle. Again, look down, look back, etc. And then the horns are the easier bit because you just put them on parallel to the ears. Now, the feet. I sewn all them on, but not the feet. Excuse the noise, I'm having work done. It's got one leg different colour due to running out of brown. I tried sewing them on, and I nearly threw the teddy out, and you nearly didn't have a video. The patience is wearing thin with this yarn, and I've got a few more kits to do. Anyway, it was fraying, so what I did was, I've always got this in for my, what they're called, key rings. I use it for the inside of the key rings that I've designed and I make for my stall, and it's just to secure. Even though I know it's secure, I just have a little bit of extra, so I dab a bit on. It works like a dream. Now, I didn't think it'd work on this because it's quite soft and shiny. Anyway, they are on. There is no sewing on these, they are on. On this, I'm going to show you how to put the V shape. Yeah, it's like an upside down V. And what you want is your needle with a bit of black on, and I put a knot on. And it will pop out if you pull too tight. You know, if you pull, it will come out. Find a place on the head where you want to put the eyes. Now, I think they've used a finer needle, but I'm not going to do that just because it's just for, you know, display purposes, this teddy. And you go in, I will go in the bottom here and come out. You see these rows, well, it's round, but you see the line. Go in there and come up. This is where your knot comes in. Right, now just pull so the knot goes in the teddy. Oh, where's this? Get me scissors. Pop that in, tuck it in. Be very gentle when you do that. Now, go in the same hole you've just gone in and just go across. Now you can see on the picture, I think they've used a finer needle there because they've gone into this stitch in between the lines. But I'm not doing that. I'm not. If you want to do that, you do that, but you'll need a finer needle for it. Just gently pull, but don't pull too tight because remember you've got that knot. And also you don't want to distort your work. Now pop it in the top there. Now work out where you want to go. Let's have a look at the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 stitches approx. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go, so you see the little holes there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take my needle, make sure you go into the natural hole and do exactly the same, oops, what you've just done. There you go. There's a little eye. Go in the top. Oops. So you're kind of going Katie cornered, like that. Go there, and then go down. That'll do, I think. If you go too far across, you can gently just pull it back out. Just, there you go. Now you see that's going to come up like that. I don't like that look. So I might just take it back through. Now that to me looks too far over. So what I do is go back through the hole. Go there, where the natural hole is. Doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. And then pop it back through. You see, it's not going to be, I can understand why they, what's the word? They used probably a finer needle to make it look right. Just keep playing around with your teddy. There you go, that looks better. And then I'll go through the head. because you're going to cover this up with the hair as well. There you go. Not perfect, but it's all right. Now for the mouth, I'm going to leave that for now, thread a bit more. In fact, yeah, I'm just going to cut some of that off because I don't need it all. No, I'll show you how to do it. Cut some more off for its mouth. Do the same principle. Because it says for the eyes and mouth, use the fly stitch. So what you do is, so I'm going to put the mouth somewhere in between. Look at the picture. So it's kind of here, I suppose. Go in here like that. This is where a fine needle would come in as well. Again, pull through. Come on. There you go. Push it in. You want to go through the same hole, but then go a little ways underneath, come out. So it looks like you're doing a V again. I would do it different because what I do, can you see the little smile coming on? I'd use my fabric glue. I put a line of glue on here like that and then just hold it down for a bit. That's what I've done on the burger. And then let it dry. But I'll show you. So this is a fly stitch. So you go like that. And then you, because you're catching that loop you've just made, go down the same hole. Don't pull too tight. And then go back through the head. Because you're going to cover, if there's any dark, you're going to cover it, aren't you? Right, you ready? It should. There you go. Ta-da! That's the fly stitch. I didn't know that's what it was called. It's only because I've seen it on these patterns. So that's approximately how to do the face or your cheeks. So the cheeks, you want exactly the same principle. Thread your pink. I dread using this. Not gonna fib to you. You don't need a lot. You can do both cheeks in one strand. And the cheeks are in level with the mouth. So I'm going to put mine here. So you don't want to make them too big. Do the same principle. You could tie a knot. Right, get your scissors. And just gently push it in. There you go. I was a bit nervous then. Push it in. Tuck it round. Hopefully you don't get it caught. And then where you've gone in, just come in. Then do the same on the other side. So I'm going to go here. There you go. Don't pull too tight. See? Now, go in that hole, and I would go up like you did with the other bit, the eyes and mouth. Now that one's slanting up slightly. I'm not bothered. Again, I could gently pull it back out and tuck it, get some glue and do it, but I'm not going to. There you go. Now, cut a bit off, your bits at the top. The two, you can do the black all in one if you wish. But like I say, I'm not a professional at doing this, and you know, I watch YouTube videos. Right, cut that off. Oops. Cut that bit off. Don't want too much in there. And you can do the same with the pink. Do a little knot. And then tuck it in. for the hair, I would tie on, if you've got a long tail, you know, when you tie on, you thread your needle, because it says to use your needle. Tie on, and then make a loop. I've made a loop out of the little bit of a tail. Then the rest of the length is off to the side. And that's what, I made one loop from it. So you make the hair as long as you like, or different lengths. And that's where it come out. Now be careful because it's doing this. I've given a bit of a length, so I don't know how many loops I'll get on this length, but I've got that little bit left as well. And all you're going to do, and this is just me just doing this because I've just done a bit off camera, is you see the top, because I couldn't cinch mine closed, is there's natural holes from your stitches here. Just go in and come out of the top. You can do the same if you've closed the hole up, and you may get the black come out. Just pop it back in and just gently, just take your time. And then go down the same one, come up. Make sure you don't pull. And that's it, you don't want to distort your loops you've already done. I've gone through the knot, that's why it's done that. I'll just snip mine. Just be careful if you've done that. And then I'll pop it back and I'll tuck it in the way I'm not going. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going to go that way. And then just go in the next stitch. Oops. Go top, you don't want too far down. And then do the same. Gently. Check your loops. Again, like everything, it's your cow. I'll do different lengths. Find the natural hole again. See, it doesn't show you on top of the head, but I reckon it's about right. For crocheters watching this, let me know how you've done it. And then just keep doing that around the top of the head. You can go round and round a bit more. I think on the front, if you bring it down the front to near the eyes, it'll look cute. Just about so. Like that. There is ways with a crochet hook how you put hair on. I've done that before now on a dolly I made. Gave it to my fellow crocheter years ago when I first started. And that took me ages. Cutting the strands and then sewing them on. When you've finished doing your hair how you like it, the last strand, don't go down the big hole at the top. Just found a natural hole. Bring it through one of the natural holes down the bottom. Please don't get stuck. Oh, don't catch the hair. Watch it go down. Don't pull too tight. You've got all your hair. If you can, give yourself some length. Tie yourself, if you can, a knot as near as the body as possible. Don't matter if the fluff comes off because the strand is pretty tight, it's pretty strong. And you're just going to tuck it back in the head. Hopefully you've got enough brown so you won't see it. And then I'll tuck that knot in, and as much as I want, oh there it's all gone in, look. apart from some fluff. I'll be vacuuming this up forever. After I've done this cow, I'm doing the puppy one. Oh, can't get it in, hold on. So yeah, that's how I, even on my crochet, my cotton key rings, if you want to see them, you can look on my Instagram. Or head over to my Facebook or my Instagram and I'll show you. There you go. Get all your fluffy bits off, which will be quite a few bits. And then just manipulate the head. You know, if you've put your thing in, there you go. And your cow is done. That is cute-ish. Anyway, she'll do, won't she? From me, Bev at Planet Crochet, and Daisy the cow. I'll catch you again on another video, which will be the puppy. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.